On a Monday morning, your body is more likely to have a heart attack than at any other time of the week. Not Saturday, not Tuesday, Monday. Doctors even have a name for it. They call it the Blue Monday effect. Studies tracking thousands of cardiac events found the same spike again and again right at the start of the working week. Something about that one morning puts measurable strain on the human body. And here is the strange part. It happens before you have done anything at all. The danger is not the work. It is the arrival of it. We treat hating Mondays as a joke, a meme, a coffee mug. But your heart is not joking. So today, let's take the joke seriously. Why does one arbitrary morning have this much power over a human being? The answer is older and stranger than your job. It does not even start on Monday. It starts the night before. That heavy feeling that creeps in on Sunday evening. Psychologists call it anticipatory anxiety. You call it the Sunday scaries. Nothing bad is happening yet. And that is exactly the problem. Your mind is time traveling, running tomorrow before tomorrow exists. It rehearses the alarm, the commute, the inbox. And rehearsing stress, it turns out, costs almost as much as the stress itself. Your body can't fully tell the difference between a threat that is here and one that is coming. To Sunday night, it quietly starts bracing. Cortisol, the stress hormone, begins to rise hours before you even wake. By the time the alarm goes off, you are not starting the week fresh. You have already been fighting it in your sleep. But dread is just a messenger. It is pointing at something. To see what, we have to look at a clock you can't see. The one inside you. Every cell in your body keeps time. Deep in your brain sits a master clock, tuned over millions of years to the sun. It decides when you are sleepy, when you are sharp, when your body repairs itself. Left alone, most modern humans drift a little later. Awake later, asleep later. On the weekend, you follow that clock. You stay up, you sleep in. For 2 days, you live on your body's real time. Then Monday rips you back. The alarm drags you up hours before your inner clock is ready. A chronobiologist named Till Ronberg gave this a name. Social jet lag, jet, without ever leaving your city. You flew nowhere, but your body feels like it crossed time zones, and it does this to you 52 times a year. Every year. Monday isn't the start of the week. It's a forced landing. The grogginess, the fog, the dread. That's the body adjusting to a time zone it never chose. For some people, the gap is small. An hour, maybe. For others, it's like flying from New York to Denver every single week, and no one ever lets them land. But a clock is just biology. The schedule that fights it, that's something we made. Here's a question that sounds simple and isn't. Who decided there are 7 days in a week? The day is real. One spin of the earth. The year is real. One trip around the sun. Even the month roughly follows the moon. But the week? The week matches nothing in the sky. There is no 7-day rhythm in nature. We invented it. The Babylonians liked the number 7. They saw 7 moving lights in the sky. The Romans spread the system. Religions locked it in with a sacred day of rest. Slowly, an idea with no basis in biology became the grid the whole world runs on. 5 days you belong to the machine. 2 days you belong to yourself. Monday is just the seam where that grid restarts. An invisible line drawn by people who died thousands of years ago. Your body never agreed to it. It was never even asked. And yet every week, it quietly pays the bill. But circadian rhythm and old calendars still don't fully explain the dread. Because plenty of people love what they do and still dread Monday. So researchers went looking for the real culprit. They found a single word: control. In a famous decades-long study of British workers, scientists tracked who got sick and who stayed well. The surprise wasn't that stressful jobs hurt people. It was who got hurt the most. Not the bosses at the top, drowning in responsibility. It was the people at the bottom, the ones with the least control over their own day. Low control, it turned out, was more dangerous than high pressure. And what is Monday, really? Monday is the morning your time stops being yours. For 2 days, you decided when to eat, where to go, what mattered. Then a line is crossed, and the wheel is handed to someone else. The dread isn't laziness. It's the nervous system noticing a loss of control. You're not avoiding work. You're grieving your autonomy, which means the thing we've been mocking is actually doing a job. The hatred of Monday is a signal, not a flaw. It's the gap between the life your body is living and the life it wants, made loud enough to feel. A person with full control over their days barely notices the weak turn. The sharper your Monday dread, the wider that gap probably is. So the feeling isn't the enemy, it's the measurement. Most people try to numb it. Sunday distractions, Monday coffee, a countdown to Friday. But numbing the alarm doesn't put out the fire. The question was never, how do I stop hating Monday? The question is, what is my Monday trying to tell me? Maybe it's a small thing, 1 hour of the day you take back as your own. Maybe it's a bigger thing you've been afraid to say out loud. You probably can't delete Monday. It's older than all of us, stitched into a grid we'll never fully escape. But you can stop treating the dread as a weakness and start treating it as a map.